Welcome to the Geeks and Greeks podcast. We're bringing the latest and greatest in the world of sports. I'm Adam.
I'm Pete.
And I'm Tom. And in this episode for Tuesday, August 25th, 2026, we have Geeks and Greeks news.
We will also be discussing our game of the week. We'll be laying out our predictions for AEW's All In pay-per-view. And we'll be discussing the pinnacle of the Kansas City Chiefs.
So grab your favorite team's jersey, settle in some snacks, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and get ready for an adrenaline-packed ride through the world of sports.
And here we go.
All right, welcome back to another episode. How we doing this week, guys?
What's up, man?
Doing good,
What's new
doing
with
good.
you? Huh? What's going on there?
settling into my my new house here. So the background, as you see, is going to be a bit different, and still trying to get everything, put away, set up, and turning a house into a home. So, but it's been a good couple of days so far. Got moved in Saturday, and I've spent most of the days just trying to get stuff figured out, what I still need to pick up and get new stuff put together and built and things put away and the house configured and all that stuff. So
Exciting stuff, man.
yeah, it's been good. So
Yeah.
How's your guys' week been up?
This is the first week that I've gotten through. Actually, I've never made it through Monday in like the last 6 months without wanting to quit my job. So I'm doing pretty good. It's Tuesday night. I don't want to turn my resignation in the morning. So,
Baby steps.
yeah, when you've been living where I've been living for a while, it's a good day.
Small victories, man. Small victories.
But that brings us into Geeks and Greeks news. So a few weeks ago, we reviewed the 2026 QB tier list as done by coaches, owners, and executives. Now we have the NFL Top 100 as voted on by the players themselves. And I thought we'd just have some fun and go through it, starting with 100 to 41 in rapid fire. Now, I'm just going to hit the high points of our Geeks and Greeks teams, with Quentin Nelson from the Colts hitting number 99, Jalen Hurts hitting 56, CeeDee Lamb is 55, Quinyon Mitchell is 47, and Zach Bond at 45.
Oh, the players really don't like Jalen Hurts, do they?
Clearly. I don't know what the hell, dude.
It's just sour grapes. Sour grapes.
Not even in the top 50. The guy's 2 years removed from winning the Super Bowl.
I don't even know that's sour grapes, really. That says something about how he stands amongst his peers.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey, look, he's higher than AJ Brown. He's higher than Travis Kelce.
I mean, at the same time, like, even when, like, when the Patriots, when the Chiefs were still winning, when Mahomes, they still voted Mahomes higher. That's just, I want to know why people don't like him.
Yeah. It's
Like,
kind of crazy.
Got nothing for
There's
it.
got to be something here, man.
You know what, though? Hurts is Philly through and through, man. He's just going to take that. He's going to turn it into spite in his veins, and he's just going to destroy the league this year. He's going to get his revenge. Don't you worry.
I mean, that's one way it can go. It can also go the other Philly route, where he's going to turn it into spite. It's going to blow up in his face, and he's not going to be able to do anything.
No, that's Carson Wentz. Don't worry about it.
Or the Phillies, or the 76ers, or the Flyers.
We don't talk about them. Let's talk about a team that wins championships, all right?
So next we move on to the 40 to 21 list, with our teams having Cooper DeJean, George Pickens, Saquon Barkley, Dak Prescott, and Jalen Carter. No,
You know what's actually more surprising to me on this is that they voted George Pickens higher than CeeDee Lamb. When CeeDee Lamb is recognized as a much better player in the league.
That's true.
Eh,
I don't know.
That's
It's
fair.
just weird. I'm also shocked that Dak is this high. I would not have expected him to be like right around 30, to be honest. I kind of thought that you'd like switch him and Jalen.
And I probably should take it as a hint that Sam Darnold is number 21, that maybe I should start giving this guy a break.
I don't know. I think he gets a bit of a bump here. You're saying that, but I'm like, I don't know if I would have put Sam Darnold in the top 25.
I wouldn't put him in the top 25, not at all.
I don't know if I'd even put him in the top 40, but that might just be me undershooting him. But
see,
he did just win a Super Bowl.
He did just win a Super Bowl, but they got him one better than Amon-Ra St. Brown.
I mean, but it also says something where he just won a Super Bowl and couldn't crack the top 20.
Yeah, exactly.
So that also says something.
Just edged out the top 20. Like, really?
Yeah.
Super Bowl MVP right
here. Yeah. So that also, I think, speaks something kind of to a point of what they think about him, too.
Now, at the time of this recording, they have not completely released all the names of the top 100. They're feeding us 2 at a time for the next 4 more days. But we do have 20 to 9.
Hey.
And the only real addition is Jonathan Taylor. Woo! Made it at 17.
Kind of makes sense. Again, I'm surprised that Saquon's not higher. I mean, I know he didn't have a great year last year, but I mean, dude did put up a 2,000-yard season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that should buy him a little more.
Yeah. Like,
I mean,
besides for Derrick Henry, I'm not sure what other running back is going to be ranked higher, which to me means they have Jonathan Taylor as the second best running back in the league. The players thing.
Well, you got Jahmyr Gibbs there.
Yeah, Jahmyr Gibbs is 9.
Oh yeah, that just is crazy that they have people ranked above Derrick Henry. I don't know. I've always seen Derrick Henry as the best running back in the league for almost 10 years now at this point.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's a little bit of they're expecting him to finally, burn out, I guess. Because
I mean,
when is the tread going to wear on this guy's tires? It has to eventually
at some point. Yeah. I have a feeling it's gonna come out of nowhere, and it's just gonna be a very, very just like off a cliff.
It's gonna be like Young Wei Koo kicking the field.
He's gonna go from like a 15 to 1,800 yard runner to like not even breaking 1,000 yards in the season. It's gonna be a very sharp decline. I mean, that style of runner, dude, you can only hold up for so long. It has to happen.
Just wait for him to average negative yards per carry.
I can't see him having a graceful decline. You know what I mean? Not for that style of running that he does.
But to end this segment, I want to kind of do some speculating with the last 8 positions. Now, process of elimination and common sense kind of puts the last 8 around the neighborhood of these 8 guys.
It seems pretty fair.
Pretty fair, yeah.
Yeah. I'm honestly going to bet that Josh Allen's probably going to be number 1.
You think it's just, again?
Yeah.
All right.
Is this... Wait a minute. Hold on a second.
Wait, Mahomes wasn't on this list.
I just need to...
Yeah, he was higher up.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. He was in the top 20. But Devontae Smith was not.
Okay.
How are you going to create a list of the top 100 receivers or the top 100 players? You're not going to have Devontae Smith on here. He's had like 4,000 yard seasons in the last 5 years or something like that. Like, all right, never mind. It's Philly. I should just accept it. Like, no one respects this town for some reason. It's all right.
Yes, you were correct.
I
Devontae
think
Smith
it's
did not make the 100.
I think it's one of those things where it may be like spoils of riches.
Yeah.
Like you've got
Oh.
so many good players, it's hard to put them all in the top 100. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Devontae Smith went from number 100 in 23 to number 90 in 24 to not being on the list at all for 25.
Damn.
Huh. That
What?
just seems nuts. I mean, I'm betting though probably next year he'll be probably at least around 50 at least next year.
I would hope. Wait,
Since he'll
isn't
be-
last year when he had that amazing like perpendicular catch? Maybe
Sounds familiar, but I don't know.
I'm not sure. But no, I mean, of the people remaining here, I'm betting Josh Allen's probably going to be number one, followed probably by Bijan Robinson, actually. And Myles Garrett at number 3.
Yeah, and I think Christian McCaffrey being in the top 10 is a little ridiculous. I mean, is the guy going to play 17 games? Probably not.
depends how many people they sacrifice.
Yeah, I get he's that team's whole offense, but that's why he's not going to play 17 games.
I also don't see Puka Nacua as a top 8 player in the league either.
Yeah, not anymore.
I mean, he's good. Don't get me wrong. He's one of the best receivers, but he's not a top 8 player.
He's got a fun name to say though, so you're gonna.
He
vote
does,
for him.
yeah. And he's one of those guys that kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm betting Stafford's probably around probably 5 or 6, something like that. And more so just because he's old. Dude's going in age 38 season. He's not young. I don't know how much longer he can keep playing at this point.
But that brings us into the next segment of our podcast. A word from our sponsor.
Hey guys, what's up? Before we continue our show, I want to talk to you about our new sponsor, Dubby. You ever feel like you need that extra oomph to power through those late night study sessions, clutch those game wins, or finish that epic video edit? I know I do, and I finally found something that actually works without the jitters or the dreaded crash. Let me introduce you to Dubby. That's right guys, we're partnering with Dubby and we're seriously hyped. Dubby is our new go-to energy drink and it is a total game changer. What makes it so different is first off, and this is huge for me, Dubby has no artificial dyes, plus it's all completely sugar-free, so you don't get that quick energy spike followed by a massive crash, and the taste is absolutely amazing. Dubby comes with a bunch of different flavors, such as tiger's blood, green apple, strawberry pineapple, plus limited time offers that do go quickly. I'm currently obsessed with the tiger's blood myself, but they're all really good. Alright, so how do you get your hands on this stuff? Head on over to dubby.gg and use our code GEEKS10 for 10% off your entire order. That's dubby.gg, dubby.gg. Seriously guys, go give it a try. You won't regret it. We love this product and I'm sure you will too. It's definitely been a game changer for us and I'm stoked to be sharing it with the rest of you. Now, let's go ahead and get back to our show.
That brings us to our game of the week.
Here comes a new challenger!
Pete, do you want to set up our game of the week?
All right. So we took a trip back in time to 1997. We watched a tiny little skirmish that no one really knew anything about. It just somehow got the nickname the Montreal Screwjob. Not really important to wrestling history at all. No, I'm just kidding, of course. The Montreal Screwjob, one of the most famous wrestling matches of all time. Famously, the match ended when Earl Hebner pretended like Bret Hart tapped out to his own move, and he lost the title. Well, I think Michaels had the title, right? So Michaels successfully defended.
Bret had
the title.
Bret had the title.
That was the whole thing.
And new Shawn Michaels, world champion. And then Bret proceeds to throw a little fit. And I mean, this match, I say he proceeds to throw a little fit. He started throwing a fit before the bell rang because they spent the first 10 minutes of a 30-minute match before the bell rang, just fighting in the crowd. And one of the things I liked about it was it kind of felt like almost like they were treating it like a sports crowd, because on one side, Michaels threw him into the crowd and everybody's cheering for Michaels and Michaels is beating up Bret. And then they get back into like the area and then Bret throws him to the other side as if that's the Bret's fans. And then they all cheer for Bret and he's beating them up. That kind of made me laugh a little bit. Anyway, so long and short is they just beat the hell out of each other with pretty much anything they get their hands on. They're strangling each other with flags, for Christ's sake. I don't even know what the blue one was. I guess maybe it was Alberta, because I think
it would have been the Quebec flag because they were in Montreal.
Yeah, Montreal. Well, yeah. Or I mean, it could have been Alberta because that's where Bret's from, right? So, isn't he? So I don't know. Anyway, he starts strangling Michaels with that. They're knocking over the stairs, all sorts of stuff. This might as well been like a no disqualification match, because once the bell even rang, Michaels is still strangling Bret with the Canadian flag when the bell is ringing, and Earl Hebner just watches him do it. He doesn't count. He doesn't tell him to stop. He tells the timekeeper to ring the bell, and then he's just like, oh, well, he's strangling him with a flag. I guess there's nothing I can do about that. That's just how all wrestling matches start. And, we finally get to the point, Vince had come down in the kerfuffle in the beginning, and Vince basically signals to Earl Hebner to call the match. And Michaels rolls Bret into a sharpshooter after a pretty grueling match, I will say. And then Hebner that's it. Match is over. He tapped. And Bret then gets out of the move, but quickly realizes that they've called the match over. Spits in Vince's face. And then unfortunately our feed that I'd given you guys cut off. But he then goes to destroy the announce tables. He starts throwing cameras and monitors all over the place. He's throwing the headsets into the crowd. And then he gets back in the ring and he pantomimes WCW to the main camera. And that was kind of the end of it. And then after that, Vince famously went on to have the Bret Screwed Bret speech, where he was being interviewed by good old JR, trying to claim that somehow this was Bret Hart's fault. And what was your guys' thoughts? Let's go from there before we start discussing too much of the controversy. What do you guys think?
So it's been a long time since I've seen this match, and I forgot how much they were just beating the crap out of each other for most of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, minus not having any blood, this was a pretty brutal fight more than anything else. More so than it was kind of a match.
Well, there was blood. Bret Hart busted his knuckle open one time punching Michaels.
That's right. I like how they had to. They did make a very big note about that. I did forget about that.
Yep.
That is true. But yeah, no, I enjoyed it. Like I said, I thought this was a pretty good match, and it was just an interesting story going into it, because for this storyline, they actually had it going because they're going back and forth between Canada and the US at this point so much. They made Bret the face in Canada and Michaels the heel in Canada, and then flipped it when they go to the US.
Yeah.
So it's a very interesting dynamic that they've never really been able to do, and you really couldn't do again. It's just one of those lightning in a bottle kind of things.
Yeah.
And because Montreal is so close to New York and all that, you had a very split crowd, as we heard.
Yeah.
For this match.
Yeah.
So it was a good match and a good atmosphere. It sucked that it ended the way that it did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a couple of quick notes before we ring the alarm. JR's commentary on this match was hilarious. 18 months to get this match, and the smart money is that you'll never see it again. Boy, did you hit the nail on the head with that one, JR.
Oh, yeah.
Two of the biggest egos in wrestling. I think he's half right with that one.
No, that's got a really big ego.
Well, Okay.
Brett's still holding grudges to this day about shit in the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And did JR just use the term Donnybrook?
Yeah,
that was
something-
He did
fantastic.
call it a Donnybrook.
That
Yep.
was great. I love that he used the term Donnybrook. When he said that, I'm like, dude, I haven't heard that in forever in like a legit sense. Like that was fantastic.
yeah.
Like every now and then when you get some of those from JR like that, it's fun though. Like it just kind of makes it a bit just more fun to me. Like just like that, we got a good old fashioned Donnybrook. I'm like,
yeah.
hell yeah, let's get into it.
Hell
This kind
yeah.
of gets you more into the match. Honestly, it makes it feel more like a fight.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie though. He says Donnybrook, and I immediately want to pop open a beer. I'm expecting everybody to be wearing jeans. Like somebody's gonna get hit in the head with a cowbell. Like that's kind of where I'm at with it.
I mean, he does. I mean, maybe so, but it still put you in more of a mind of a fight than more of a wrestling match, which is kind of what this kind of became.
No, that's what I'm getting
Yeah.
at. Is that's kind of what mood I'm suddenly in just because he said Donnybrook is like, get me a beer, get me my jeans, get me a cowbell so I can hit somebody. Like,
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
It's great. I loved it. That was absolutely fantastic and helped set the tone because he said that early.
Yeah.
'Cause he said that when they were fighting through the crowd, like in the very beginning, and that set the tone for the match. It really did.
Yeah.
More proof that good announcing helps enhance the matches.
Yeah. Oh, and my goodness. We've recently watched a couple of matches from the 90s. I would have never gone into the crowd in the 90s. Holy shit. They just descend on the wrestlers and they're all like patting them on the back and like rubbing their heads and like giving like thumbs up to the camera. It's like, holy shit, guys, let them wrestle. Like, stand back. What are you doing?
I think that's the biggest difference between a lot of the guys then and now is like dudes then weren't afraid of it because they just take care of it themselves if there was problems.
I mean, that's fair. Plus, shit like COVID hadn't happened. So,
well,
you're
plus also,
not worried about that.
I mean, let's also be fair too. In the 90s, people weren't as sue happy as they are now.
Yeah.
So you could get away with punching somebody in the face and then be like, look, you started the fight, and then you wouldn't just walk away from it.
Here's a free T-shirt. Don't say anything.
Here's a T-shirt. Here's some tickets to the next show. Come back, and then they would, and it'd be fine.
I mean, I'll tell you what. There's a long list of wrestlers I'd let punch me in the face for some free tickets and a free T-shirt.
I bet if you were a fan in the 90s growing up like that, Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels would have been probably two of them.
Yeah, I guarantee you they would have been.
just not Obafemi. I mean, he could really. I don't know if I'd get up from that
Get
one.
some hospital bills after that one.
But my final note in the first part of this is to prove that karma is real. Shawn Michaels would retire from wrestling less than 4 months after this match, suffering a herniated disc in his lower back. A real hospital visit this time.
Right.
But I am going to sound the kayfabe alarm. If you don't want to hear about the specifics, fast forward more than 10 minutes this time, probably more like 15 or 20, but but we'll see you on the other side.
Yeah. So this was one of those things where going into the match, like they do, obviously we all knew that Bret was, we know Bret left for WCW. We know this was his last match he was supposed to have, and they had to get the title off of him. And from hearing from a bunch of different people and reading about it, the biggest issue is Bret wouldn't agree to drop the belt in Canada.
Yeah.
That was the thing that held everything up. That's why they did this.
Okay.
Well, I also heard that he wouldn't do it to Michaels as well.
Yeah. Well,
that's what I heard.
It was that too. Well, it was a combination of both. He wouldn't lose it to Michaels, and he wouldn't lose in Canada.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, like I get it, you're the champion, but you're also leaving, and this is your last match. Like, I honestly, like, kind of knowing, like, finding out these details later, I can't say I blame Vince for doing what he did.
I mean, I can. Go ahead, Tom.
Oh, I was going to say, I didn't hear the Canada part, but I did hear the Shawn Michaels part, because when Bret told Shawn about the plan, Shawn said that he appreciates it, but he would not do the same for Bret. And then Bret goes, all right, then fuck you too. And that's when he just went to Vince and goes, I'm not dropping it to Shawn. I'll drop it to literally anyone else. I will even publicly vacate the title on Raw on Monday, but I'm not dropping it to Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
He even suggested dropping it to Stone Cold instead of Shawn Michaels.
I think he also suggested Undertaker too, but
yeah,
Vince wanted Shawn though.
Yeah, he was jonesing for Shawn Michaels at the time.
See,
and
this is where I get in. I think I do blame Vince McMahon for this, and that has everything to do with the contracts that just happened. So in '96, the Hitman's contract was up, and WCW offered him significantly more than Vince was able to pay him. And so Vince, to try to counter it, offered him a 20-year contract. And then a year and a half, 2 years in, he tells him, look, I can't afford to pay out your 20-year contract, but I don't think you should be in WWE anymore. And he tells him to leave. Bret didn't want to leave. This is where he knew was going to be the better wrestling show, where it was going to be the dominant force that it became. He could see that. But Vince forced him out and wasn't honoring the contract that he had given him in order to buy him away from Turner. And once he won that, he went, oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. I'm going to get rid of this guy. And then I'm going to screw him over in the process. Like, I have no sympathy for Bret that's what Vince said. I have no sympathy for Vince in this situation. He even talks about it in the interview with JR, where he's like, I decided that it didn't make financial sense for me to honor that contract. I wasn't going to make the money back on it. And it was like, fuck you, dude. We should have watched the Hitman wrestle in WWE until 2016. That should have happened.
Gosh.
Like, that would have been fantastic. But no. Vince didn't honor his contract. Surprise, a fucking prize. And then he goes and screws Bret over. I'm sorry. This was all Vince McMahon, in my opinion. Like, this was absolute shit. And he was being disgraceful. Like, they should have just had the double disqualification, had him vacated on Raw the next day. I know that's what Bret wanted in the end. They should have just done it. And Bret would have done it because he would have done what's best for business.
Yep.
I mean, I guess, but if Bret would have done what's best for business, he would have agreed to drop it to Shawn in the first place.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
Dude,
but he did just get fucked out of a 20-year contract.
That's true. And and I'm not saying that I have any sympathy for Vince. I'm saying I understand why Vince did what he did for this match, for this match specifically. And also, like, it's also one of those things too, where, I mean, and they've talked about it too. And people outside of it have also said, in seeing and coming into it, that Shawn didn't want to do it. Like, Shawn was also kind of forced into it as well, because they didn't really tell him what was going on. And you could tell by his reactions that he didn't know what was going on. And Hebner even came out later and said that they basically pulled him right before the match and told him what he was going to do.
Right.
And if he didn't, he was fired.
Right.
So Hebner didn't really have too much of a choice at this point either.
So I watched this video about the behind the scenes of this match, and I'll just affectionately call it the scramble. Basically, immediately after the match happened, they interviewed the people and what they did right after the match. And Earl Hebner ran out of the building to his brother, who was waiting in the parking lot with the engine running.
That's hilarious.
He thought Bret was going to hunt him down.
I wouldn't have been shocked if he did.
Because he's even said that later. Like, he's like, I was terrified of Bret more than anybody else.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, right after this happened, Bret found Michaels and they got into a fight.
Yep.
To which Brent took a clump of Shawn's hair out of his head, apparently, during said fight.
Yeah, I heard that one too.
But yeah, I mean, this whole thing was just a mess. And this is also why, I mean, part of it, I mean, I will say this. I mean, if you know that your champion is supposed to be leaving, you should probably not have your world title on him going into a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
You probably should have had him. You probably should have had him lose at some point before the pay-per-view, before his very last match on the card.
You know, WWE kind of has a pattern of doing this, because in 2014, when Punk quit, he had the title too, if you remember, and they had a wrestling. His very last match was a title match that he won, and it was just like, wait a minute. Like, we knew this guy wasn't, like, this was the last day of his contract.
Yeah. Because Vince's philosophy for the longest time was always just get the match in the ring and it'll sort it out and it'll sort itself out.
Yeah.
That didn't quite happen, and he knew that wasn't going to happen here. Like, I think part of the reason why Vince wanted Shawn is because the story had been built for so long that by the time like they were having this whole blow up and like refusal to work with each other, you couldn't change the storyline. It wouldn't have made any sense, and it would have just tanked everything. Like, you had to continue the story and you had to finish the feud before Bret left. Otherwise, you'd leave it hanging and it would forever been just a cliffhanger.
I mean,
so, like, I know
Montreal
they do that now all the time.
Kind of left it as a cliffhanger forever, because it was 10, 15 years that it was looming over the WWE. People kept talking about it, and then finally Bret came back and they had that fucking geriatric match at WrestleMania. It was so bad.
Like, and which sucks, because I mean, you could tell Bret hadn't wrestled in like 15 years because of his concussion when he had to retire in like 2000, I think it was.
Yeah.
Maybe 01 when Goldberg kicked him in the head.
Yeah.
Which still holds a grudge for now, which is kind of fair, but it's also like, dude, it's also been over 20 years. You should move on, man.
I mean, and it's pro wrestling and shit like that happens in the ring, and also you didn't know he was going to fuck over the rest of your life. Like,
right. Like, also, and you should have known, like, Goldberg had next to no training, had no real training. So, like, it's like, dude, just move on. It's 2026, dude. Move on from this. It happened 25 years ago. Goldberg didn't do it on purpose. He wasn't trying to end your career. You need to flip it. See, look, now your past is behind you.
All right. But Adam, who do you have us watching next week?
All right. This is actually going to be our last game of the week. After this, we'll be moving into our regularly scheduled NFL programming.
Football's back, people.
But this kind of got me in. This last week's match kind of got me into it, and I wanted to do a wrestling match before next off season.
All right.
So we're staying in the four-sided ring. We're gonna go in WWE still too, but we're going to fast forward 30 some years to 2026.
Okay.
This year. Okay.
This year. This is going to be WWE and AAA's El Grande Americano versus El Grande Americano.
Hell yes. Okay.
This was fantastic.
Yes.
Absolutely fantastic. And I've watched some of the video that I found. They give WWE and AAA do a full like package video presentation of the entire feud leading up to the fight as well. So you will get also to the full backstory going into this.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. I went back and watched this match because I didn't get the chance to watch it live when it happened. But yeah, I wanted to do this match before we ended our games of the week. So when I found out this was the last one, I'm like, I want to. It's time if I could jump them and go.
Let's do it.
So we are going to end in WWE and AAA's El Grande Americano versus El Grande Americano.
All right. That brings us to the AEW All In.
Oh, you didn't know?
What's up, gentlemen? I am the Wrestle Hermit himself, Washino Kamen. here to bring you the AEW preview.
What's up, Washino? It's been a while.
What's going on?
All right. This weekend we will have AEW All In from Wembley Stadium in London. Odd choice, but okay.
Again, this is the third time.
I mean, they pretty much, isn't it? No, this isn't it. I know that Tony Khan's dad owns a English soccer team, but they don't play in Wembley.
No, it's this is the fifth All In. 3 of them have been in London.
Oh, jeez.
They're packing them all in London.
Apparently.
Just a quick caveat. These matches and their order are all subject to change, so don't at me. Here we go. Hangman Adam Page, Bandito, and Brody King versus
the dogs.
Apparently.
Yeah, I thought this was still open-ended.
Yeah, me too.
So you got the dogs here. See, I think this is going to end up being one of like those Tony Khan crazy matches, and I think they're going to do like a fatal 5-way for the trios belt.
Oh, Lord Almighty.
I could see this being as part of like the dark match.
I mean, except they're building to it, and I'm pretty positive the New Day is about to debut, and I think they're going to debut in this match.
Who would their third be then? I wonder.
Swerve Strickland. So he actually showed up and he was like, Brodito and Hangman, you said any trios. That's very interesting. And it's like, okay, Swerve, you don't have any friends. So like, where's that coming from? But I think it's going to end up being Hangman and Brodito versus the Demand versus Dogs versus Bang Bang Gang and versus Swerve Strickland and the New Day. 5 different trios teams all fighting for the belt is my guess.
I hope they have 2 rings.
I was going to say, that's just chaos in a box, man.
But that's Tony also Khan. A Tony Khan special.
Oh, yeah. He Tony loves Khan this special. Shit. Yeah. So,
moving on to the next match, we have Kyle Fletcher versus
Okada. Kazuchika Okada. Kanosuke Takeshita.
Yep.
There you go.
Just like Wahino said.
Washino.
Hey, I had Takeshita. Thank you very much.
So, look, the Don Callis family has to split up after this one. Like, I know they kicked Takeshita out. I was really looking forward to the Don Callis family splitting up. I'm just going to be mad if they don't. I think it would be great if Takeshita wins, but I think Okada's going to win, and Okada's going to win, and then Fletcher's going to be pissed at him, and they're going to form factions, and they're going to divide the Don Callis family. Because the faction's too big. He's got like 20 fucking wrestlers.
They can all just be stepbrothers now.
Exactly.
Is it just me, or have you felt like Okada's AEW run has just been kind of meh?
Oh, it floundered a lot when he joined the Don Callis family. Like, I don't know why he did that. He's almost never there. He's lost all of his titles.
Like, I mean, this is one of the... I mean, coming into AEW, he was widely regarded as one of the best wrestlers in the world and probably the best current wrestler in Japan. And he's really done just about nothing since he's been there. Is what it feels like. I mean, he's had a few title runs here and there, but none of them have really felt impactful. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, he does well in tournaments. And I know that's kind of what, I don't know if that's what he wants his legacy to be, but that's what, the powers that be want his legacy to be, if nothing else.
I'm kind of surprised Tony hasn't done more with them, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, maybe he wanted more of a role to work with the younger guys, though, because he is older, too. I mean, I think he's right around 40, if not in his 40s at this point.
Yeah.
So maybe he wanted to work with like guys like Kyle Fletcher and some of the younger guys to bring them up. And maybe that's what he wanted to do. And then maybe that's just it.
Damn,
he's had his time to shine in his moment in New Japan, and everyone already knows him. He doesn't really need these super long, title runs at the same time here. if he can work with these younger guys, because Takashita and Fletcher are both in their late to mid 20s, I think. Like they're both pretty young.
Yeah.
So if he can work with them and make them better, that's just better for the business overall. So maybe that's more of the role he wanted and they envisioned and he accepted it and is working with.
Maybe.
Then we have Kevin Knight versus Darby Allin in a Falls Count Anywhere match. I gotta admit, I'm kind of interested in this one.
Yeah, they also keep blowing each other up. Like literally. With fireworks. I know fire is going to come into this match. Like it's going to have to. But honestly, I would have had Darby Allin winning this match if they didn't make it Falls Count Anywhere. Kevin Knight's in the Don Callis family. He's literally got 20 goons behind him to back him up. Falls Count Anywhere match. Who's Darby Allin got? Steve? Like, that's it. Like, Sting's son, Steve. That is who is in Darby Allin's
Does he still have Luchasaurus?
No, Luchasaurus was with Jack Perry.
Okay.
And always injured and currently injured and not on TV.
So who's injured more, Bronson Reed or Luchasaurus?
Oh, definitely Luchasaurus.
Oh, okay.
I haven't seen Luchasaurus wrestle like an entire year since like 2020.
I think we could almost say that for Chris Statlander too.
I mean, she had a pretty good title run for a while.
She did, but I mean, then again, she lost because she got hurt.
That's fair.
But then we move on to the women's world tag match between Divine Dominion and the Brawling Birds.
Hey, go Birds!
Please tell me that they're probably from Philly, aren't they?
No, they're from London. Come on, man.
Are they from London?
Yeah.
You know what? Hey, you know, it could have been an homage to the Eagles, dude. You never know.
I mean, I don't know if they're actually from London. Forgive my my Delco crassness here. They're from somewhere in the United Kingdom.
I mean, I would assume they're from the U. My first thought was the UK, but then when Pete was like, "Hey, the problem," I mean, Pete kind of got when Washino got onto it. It was like, "Hey, maybe they are from Philly."
Yeah, go Birds. No, I think it's time for the Birds to win. They're undefeated. So's Divine Dominion, which is cool, but it's the first time these two are going to fight. Who else is going to defeat Divine Dominion? There's literally not a women's tag team out there that can beat them, if not the Brawling Birds. I don't know if you guys have been watching since they got together, but they're very much like, they almost remind me of the APA. Like, their whole gimmick is they're at the bar getting wasted, beating the shit out of dudes, and then they just show up, beat the shit out of the girls in the ring, and leave. And then they go get wasted again. It's fantastic.
This gives me a real like Gangs in New York kind of vibe.
Yeah.
But moving on to the next match, we have the Continental Challenge Final. Who's in this match? Who knows? Because we're not there yet. It's the winner of the Jon Moxley and Claudio
Castagnoli, better known as
Cesaro.
That match happens tomorrow night. So the winner of that match goes up against the Kyle O'Reilly versus the Nigel McGuinness fight, also happening tomorrow night. So tune in for that and you'll find out who's in this match.
Knowing Tony, I'm betting it's probably going to be Moxley versus Nigel McGuinness.
You know, I got the exact opposite match. I think it's going to be Claudio versus O'Reilly. And so here's why. Last Continental Classic, the C2, not the C3, what it came down to Claudio and Mox, and Mox won. And I think this is going to be Claudio's revenge. The failure with Will Ospreay, trying to recruit Will Ospreay and bring him into the Death Riders, kind of is still looming. I think this is when Claudio takes over the Death Riders and they kind of divide. The other thing is Kyle O'Reilly consistently beats Jon Moxley. So if Claudio Castagnoli can beat Jon Moxley now and then go on to beat the guy who always has Jon Moxley's number, I think that's a pretty good story to tell. So that's kind of what I have going.
That'd be cool.
It might. I mean, and you could very well be right. I just knowing how Tony puts John Moxley like over everybody. Like he's kind of the AEW's version of Shawn Michaels right now.
Yeah, he is the defending champ too. So like he currently holds the belt, and if he loses to Claudio, we have a guaranteed new champion.
Yeah.
The thing is that's never happened in an AEW tournament. So it would be kind of cool for that to happen for the first time.
It would be. I mean, I'd like an O'Reilly. I just want, honestly, I kind of want McGinnis to win though. I like Nigel McGuinness more than Kyle O'Reilly myself personally, but I mean, either way, I'd rather have Claudio. I would much rather have Claudio win though. I would much rather have it be Claudio versus somebody.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
But moving on to the next match is the men's Casino Gauntlet match. Who's involved? Who knows?
I'm betting MJF might win this
during the match.
Yep, MJF, Tommaso Ciampa.
Ciampa.
How do you get Ciampa out of that?
Italian.
He's Italian, man.
Sure. And Andrade.
El Idolo.
Yeah, Andrade. Those
also
are
known as Charlotte Flair's ex-husband.
Oh, then he's not good enough. I'm sorry, he loses. Anyways, those are the only 3 confirmed names. Everything else is up in the air until Tony Khan gets to his dartboard and starts flinging darts at pictures.
You know, that only covers the first 5 guys. If it goes past 5, he's not even flinging darts anymore. He's literally just going, all right, put the roster in alphabetical order and press the randomize button and just everyone go out in that order.
Yeah. Well, this would be like the 4th one they've done, the Casino Gauntlet match?
Oh, no, it's more like 5 or 6, actually.
Is it 5 or 6?
And they've done women's
MJF
ones
won
too.
like 2 or 3 of them?
I
He's won
think
at
you're
least
thinking
2.
of the Dynamite Diamond Ring. Casino Battle Royal is mostly won by Will Ospreay. He's won like 3.
Oh, it is the one. It is Double or Nothing's.
Yeah, the Dynamite Diamond Ring. Yeah,
that's right. I always get those 2 mixed up. I don't know why.
I don't know who I've got winning this match. It's so hard to pick because it's so random.
Yeah,
and I mean there have been times in these matches where he's literally sending 3 guys out at the same exact time with no entrance music, nothing, and they're just running out together out the tunnel. So you don't know if it's 1 entrant happening. You don't know if it's 3 entrants happening. You don't know if they're coming in 10 seconds or in 10 minutes. It is the most random of matches. Talk about a Tony Khan special. He can literally make it up as the wrestling match is happening. You'd be like, no, this isn't enough violence. I need Darby Allin in. I don't care that you already had a match. Go out there and guess what? You get to win now. Pin Will Ospreay. Have fun.
He'd probably do it too.
Yeah, he would. He would.
Like, yeah.
No one would see it coming.
Darby come out half bleeding, burnt on the other side, just
limping.
1 coffin drop win.
Yeah.
But that brings us into the World Tag Team match between Cage and Cope. Why? And the Young Bucks. Really, Cage and Cope? We couldn't do better than that. You guys have been in the business for friggin' ever. And that's what you came up with as your tag name.
I don't know why no one can come up with a better tag team. Like, no one can come up with a tag team unless they're just not going to be together for that long. So they're not bothering to come up with a tag team name.
Well, they've been together long enough.
I think it has something to do with Adam Copeland's desire to have a crowd just chant Cope. Because that's probably what he's called himself his whole life, right? That's probably his childhood nickname for himself. And he got named Edge, and all of his fame came as Edge. And even when he showed up in AEW as Adam Copeland, he's still Edge. Just call him Edge. He's just Edge. That's what he is. And I think he desperately wants people to like Cope, and it's terrible. Like, I appreciate the I'm just an every guy gimmick that he's doing, but the name is terrible.
Yeah. I have to point out the humor of this man embracing the word that means dealing with failure.
I mean, it kind of fits though, because he had the neck injury that kept him out of wrestling for over like almost 10 years?
Yeah, something like that. 7
And then
years
came
maybe.
back. Yeah,
Yeah.
like, I mean, he was gone well over 5, we'll put it that way.
Yeah, for sure.
And he came back from a serious and debilitating neck injury. And now, I mean, he had a pretty successful WWE. I mean, I can't say successful. He had a decent WWE run after he came back, but he was also older, and WWE doesn't.
You also have to remember the entire Judgment Day was his brainchild, and how many wrestlers did he launch off that? Like, if nothing else, the man came back and gave so much back to the industry. Like, he gave them years of content just by the Judgment Day. So I would say his legacy in WWE is solid, even with his second run. I don't think he did anything to tarnish it. I think it emboldened.
So, I mean, I think Cope kind of fits, honestly. I mean, you lose your career like that, and that's where you worked your entire life for, and then all of a sudden now you can't do it.
Yeah, I guess. It's still. It doesn't roll off the tongue. Let's put it that way.
The name's terrible, but I understand. I understand the. I think more of the gimmick he was trying to go for.
Yeah. Oh man, the first time when he was in an AEW ring and they sang that Alter Bridge song, the way they sing Christian song, he almost started crying, and you could see it in his face.
Yeah.
And he's like trying to figure out what to do, because you can see he's like, I'm gonna cry. I need to figure out what to do. And he's like, all right, I'm just going to pretend like this is really psyching me up. And he's like, yeah, that was like the only thing he could do to keep the tears away from his eyes. Yep. I was like, man, he needed that. Like he did need that. And
someone needs to punch me, or I need to punch somebody, something.
Right.
Chair shot now.
Right. And like, I like that he talks about how he's a family man now, and like he's only here because his daughters wanted him to, and all this other stuff. But just go by Adam. Like Cope is terrible,
or just Copeland.
Copeland.
Do the full last name, man.
Yeah,
we know your last name is Copeland.
Or just revert to a previous gimmick. I could probably think of one off the top of my head.
No, you can't. That's copyright protected.
I mean, are we sure? Because they didn't copyright Rated R Superstar. And I cannot believe they didn't do that.
I'm kind of shocked they didn't. Either that or they let it out. They let it run out.
Maybe. I don't know.
But like, I guarantee Edge is still trademarked.
Yeah.
But moving on to the next match of the evening, Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay for the World Championship.
Again.
Okay. Well, first off, they've never fought for the AEW World Title against
But this
each other.
is like Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. It's like...
all right. Hold up. Hangman Adam Page and Swerve Strickland is like Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
This is different. This is like Will Ospreay followed Kenny Omega around. You know, he's like 10 years younger than him. He goes to everywhere he goes. He tries to build a similar career. He's basically in the shadow of Kenny Omega. This is only the third time or fourth time they've ever fought.
Is that all?
Yeah, it
feels like way more than that.
Will's third title shot ever. No citizen of the UK has ever won a North American world title on UK soil. So it'll be the first time that's ever happened. He's got the whole weight of the world on his back at this point. If he doesn't win, I don't know what we're doing here, because Kenny Omega very clearly was like, I'm EVP. I'm going to take the belt off MJF. I don't care if it doesn't fit the storyline. I want to wrestle my best friend at Wembley. There's no way we can do All In London 4. So like, this is going to be the last chance that I can wrestle my best friend for the title and then let him win it. Because you know that's what's going to happen. And it's disappointing on that level. But the kayfabe arguments, man, and like the storyline, it is good. This is the best work I've ever seen out of Will Ospreay. Joining the Death Riders, going total dark side, coming back from it, and then the promo he cut last week, the two of them had their sit down, and Ospreay's like explaining what it was like to wrestle in Japan during COVID. And he's so passionate. His heart's just on the table, man. It was such a good a promo from Ospreay. And meanwhile, Kenny is sitting there being exactly what he should be. He's heel Kenny. He's rich as shit. He doesn't give a fuck. He's over this. He's been champion so many times. He's like, we all had a hard time in COVID. You had a 14-hour flight. I had a 3-hour drive. Same fucking deal. And it was so polar opposite from what Ospreay's. They've done such a good job of setting this match up in such a short amount of time. I wish they would put this much effort into their other storylines sometimes, but at the same time, you guys are right. It does feel extremely manufactured. The only reason it's happening is because Omega is EVP and Ospreay is his real life best friend, and he wants to do him a favor, which that sucks. But they're making a good run out of it, I'd say. And Ospreay's winning, obviously.
I do wonder, knowing Kenny's also like medical issues with the diverticulitis and everything.
Yeah. I
wonder if this may be his like one of, if not his final matches. Because he's had a lot of issues with that, and that cuts him out for what, almost a year, I think, with the diverticulitis. He was gone for a long time.
More than a year, yeah.
With it.
Are you talking boots off in the middle of the ring kind of match?
Yeah, I think because he's also, I mean, Omega's in his like mid to late 40s, so Omega's older at this point.
Okay.
So between his age and the fact that he pretty much has done just about everything, and the diverticulitis, I could see this possibly being, I mean, I doubt that it is, but I could see the potential of this being his final match.
I could see it being his final match, or at least the precursor there too. Like he does this, then he wants a rematch. Will says no. He says, I'll put my career on the line. They have a rematch at All Out or whatever, and that's it. I could,
I could see it something along that line. Just like I said, with between his age and a lot, really more of his health problems too, and the fact that he is as decorated as he is, and he is also an EVP. So like, even though he's not wrestling, he's still a major part of the company,
right?
For good, for better, or for worse.
And you know what AEW is drastically missing from their roster? A general manager. I know it's ridiculous, but a general manager would help their show a lot.
Yeah, but they usually need to have like some sort of charisma, and that's not Kenny.
Yeah, but he loves talking, and he loves to hear himself talk, and that's pretty much all
so does Chris Jericho. We still don't want him being a general manager either.
That's fair. That's fair.
But moving on to the last match of the evening, we have Willow Nightingale versus, I think she's won something at some point.
Who's that?
Mercedes Moné.
Mercedes Moné, Ultimo Moné herself. Let's go. The one title she can never get, and the one girl she can never beat. Mercedes Moné was inaugural Women's New Japan champion. Who took it off her? Willow Nightingale. When she got defeated for the TBS title, who won it? Willow Nightingale. When she was going for a title shot, who got it instead? Willow Nightingale. Every time.
Now, I know nothing about any of this, and I have nothing against Mercedes Moné, but I kind of want Willow to retain in this match because she just got it.
I know.
Yeah, like she just went. Also, too, I think this does more to boost Willow than it does to boost Mercedes at this point.
Yeah,
and I think the correct thing for the business and for like the roster and the company is to have Willow continue on. and to have that statement win at a show like this over Mercedes.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, I don't know how you can get Mercedes more over right now, right? She just came off a title run with 13 different championships. I know she had to go on the Mercedes Moné humiliation tour and lose them all in the matter of like 6 months. But like, so what? That's wrestling. You know, like you're not going to give her a world title run and people will be like, oh, this was better than when she had 13 championships and had to have a whole troop full of dudes come out and dance for her with the belts in the hand. Like, there's no way that's going to happen. So, like, give us time to forget Ultimo Moné before you put the belt on her. And that'll give you time to get Toni Storm back, which is really who she should be taking the belt off of. So you have Toni Storm come back, take it off Willow, then she lose that to Mercedes, maybe at next year's All In.
So I got to point this out really quickly.
Yeah.
The concept of the women's world champion getting a bump.
Uh-huh.
Because being champion isn't enough. You gotta get the bump from Mercedes Moné.
Yeah.
Well, because she, again, like we just said, she also just won it. Like, it's not like she's been champ for like 5, 6 months, 8 months at this point. Like, she's been champ for what, a month or two?
Last pay-per-view. Although that's also when Kenny won his championship. I would like to point that out. They won the championships the same night.
Which is kind of ridiculous when you're leading up to this match.
Yeah.
Like, you're leading up to this show.
Or at least the same week. Maybe not.
That's Tony Khan for you.
So, like, and also, taking a loss isn't going to hurt Mercedes Moné. I think taking a loss here is really going to hurt Willow Nightingale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless Willow's hurt again, because remember her last TBS title run ended because she got injured.
True.
And that was less than 6 months ago. So
maybe that's it. It could be she re-aggravated that injury or something. It's possible.
And honestly, if they have to dump the title, Mercedes Moné is not a bad place to dump it.
Well, no, it's not.
That's
but
fair.
It just sucks that Willow got hurt, and then has to pretty much get rid of it. And like, just the transitional champion almost is what it would look like.
Yeah. And that would
it's what it would look
so
like.
Much. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that wraps us up for the AEW All In. Thank you, Washino. That brings us into the Pinnacle, where we examine a specific team of the NFL and speculate on the best players of each skill position. This week, we examine... It feels culturally insensitive. Anyways, the Chiefs. Pete, who stands out as the best Chiefs quarterback?
Is anyone shocked that Patrick Mahomes already leads the team in yards and in touchdowns? Because I'm not.
No, not a bit.
I got to say, I unironically one time said that I'm excited to be alive in the same time period that Patrick Mahomes playing football. And that was 5 years ago. I still feel that way. Like, Len Dawson, he looks like he was a good quarterback. That's fine. You know, he played back in the 60s. He had 6 Pro Bowls. He had 2 championships. Get lost, man. Patrick Mahomes is going to go down in history as the best quarterback of all time. I don't have any arguments against him. I think he is God's gift to football, to be honest with you.
Definitely the Chiefs.
And I am going to say it is Patrick Mahomes.
Same no notes.
So it's Mahomes, but I think Len Dawson is closer than you give him credit for. Especially when you're talking about the Chiefs as a whole. Because he did win 3 AFL championships with the team and go to 4 all-pro teams and 7 Pro Bowls. I know one of those says the Dallas Texans, but we have to not forget the Dallas Texans moved to Kansas City and became the Chiefs.
Oh yeah. Okay, I
So-
didn't count
happened.
those.
Yeah,
Didn't
so the
realize
original original Dallas team, the Dallas Texans, actually moved to Kansas City and became the Chiefs, and the Cowboys got a new team after that happened.
Mhm.
What
And
if
the
they
Dallas
kept
got-
their name, the Kansas City Texans? That'd be hilarious.
well, like the Utah kept the Jazz when they moved from New Orleans,
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, that was
There's no
weird.
business being in the middle of Utah.
right? Yeah, exactly.
Might as well be the Whalers.
Love it.
I
But,
just harkened back to Mahomes' first Super Bowl when I kept calling him future Hall of Famer Patrick Mahomes. And one of my friends kept telling me, could you please let him win a Super Bowl before you start saying that? And I said, no, I will not.
I don't think we're going to see a better quarterback in our lifetime. I don't. I think he's going to be the greatest quarterback of our lifetime.
And it sucks that he's on a team right now that feels like they're actively like they're actively making his job harder.
Yeah. It does.
It's kind of like the Mike Tomlin effect. It's like they're conspiring to give him a bad situation and see how far he can go with a bad situation.
Right.
Right? Like, I mean, you've got Mahomes, Kenneth Walker is there now, so we'll see how he does this year. And then you've got the shell of Travis Kelce. Because let's be fair, dude is old and should have retired after last season. Like,
Fair.
I mean, so yeah, I feel bad because the rest of the offensive roster is garbage. It's just a bunch of dudes. Like, his receiving core is legitimately one of the worst in the league. Like,
Adam,
this
what are
is-
your thoughts on the running back?
so I was actually kind of torn between Priest Holmes and Jamal Charles. And I gave it to Priest Holmes because to me, his peak was better. Now, Jamal Charles had a better overall longevity career. But I don't know, for some reason, this is one of those, when it comes to running backs, peaks is kind of a bit more important to me because they usually have a tendency to have a shorter lifespan. I don't know, which is weird because I go back and forth between what's more important. Is the higher your peak more important for your career, or is it like a longevity more important? And I keep going back and forth on them because there's just some guys where it feels like it changes between certain players, and I hate that.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that happened here because overall Jamal Charles had, for the most part, I mean, he had more yards, but like Priest Holmes almost doubled his touchdowns.
Pete, the running back.
Yeah. And I mean, those double touchdowns is why I gave it to Priest Holmes, to be honest with you. Man was a touchdown monster. I actively remember watching him play for Kansas City. When I think of Priest Holmes, I think of Kansas City. You know, that's where I think of him playing. I know he played for Baltimore for a bit, but
He rode the bench.
yeah, you know,
And
and he was good in Kansas.
And I mean, he
Kansas City,
did get
I should say.
an offensive player of the year while he was there. 3
Mhm.
straight Pro Bowls and 3 first-team All-Pros. Like, those 3 All-Pro seasons, he was over 1,500 yards for 3 straight seasons. I mean, he was the best running back in the league for almost 3 years in a row. Like, that's pretty impressive. And then, unfortunately, just kind of tailed off pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I likewise had Priest Holmes, specifically based on his per game averages. He was phenomenal.
And
And
93 yards a game was fantastic.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
But Pete, what are your thoughts on the wide receiver?
Okay. Was anybody else concerned that both the number 1 and number 2 for both touchdowns and yards and targets were both tight ends?
Knowing who the tight ends are, no.
Yeah, that's what you got to take into account.
So you got Travis Kelce and Tony Gonzalez. Honestly, that's who I put it between. I didn't even look at a wide receiver. I'm sorry. If Gonzalez had played all 17 seasons in Kansas City, he would have beat Kelce in yardage and he would have beat him in touchdowns, but he would not have beat him in catch percentage. That 71% catch percentage by Kelsey, I think puts him over the top. Plus, Gonzalez moved to Atlanta after 12 years. Kelsey's played his entire career in Kansas City. So because of all of this, I am picking Taylor Swift's boyfriend as the best wide receiver, despite him not playing the position.
Husband now.
Husband, you are correct. Yes. Sorry.
Oh,
They got married like a month or two ago.
July 3rd.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there was reports that for some reason Travis Kelsey showed up to training camp out of shape.
Gee, I wonder.
getting the dad bod already.
He knows where his job's going to be here in a year or so.
Adam, your thoughts on the wide receiver?
So I thought about picking the one or two of the tight ends for this, to be honest, but I actually went with some receivers on this. So I actually went with Otis Taylor as my number one, who was there during the same time frame as Len Dawson, who also won 2 championships in the AFL with Len Dawson and the Super Bowl with Len Dawson as well. So, again, the stats aren't going to be the same for a lot of like more current and modern players because they just didn't throw as much at that time. So the stats won't jump off the page the way a lot of, modern players will. But I mean, he is a 3-time champion, and that means something to a franchise. And I mean, he was there for quite a while too. So that's where I went with that.
I am super glad that Pete took the bullet first because I picked Travis Kelsey. I likewise was torn between Gonzalez and Travis Kelsey, but I came down to and honorable mention to Tyreek Hill, the only proper wide receiver, but still you were like a distant third compared to the tight ends.
Yeah, which is funny because Taylor actually has better stats than Tyreek does.
But yeah, I was torn between the two, but I finally landed on Travis Kelsey based on his per game averages. And I will go ahead and jump the queue and say, obviously, he's my tight end too.
Agreed.
Pete, agreed?
My notes literally said everything I said about the wide receivers, Kelsey.
All right. And Adam, the tight end.
There was really only one option here, and it was Tony Gonzalez. He was just a better player. He really was.
Look,
yep. I can't fault you.
I mean, he's got more All Pros. Travis Kelsey has him on a Pro Bowl 10-11, but Gonzalez in his time in Kansas City made 9 All Pro teams with garbage quarterbacks. Like, he had Elvis Gerback, he had Matt Castle, he had Trent Green. Like, these guys weren't top tier quarterbacks. These guys were at best starters, which starters are not bad quarterbacks. I'm not saying they are, but like, it's not like he's got Mahomes throwing to him. If you put Tony Gonzalez with like a top tier quarterback in the league at that time, for that time, even now he's still blow out Travis Kelsey's stats.
That's fair, but I mean, Kelsey was also on the field with Tyreek Hill. I know Kareem Hunt's a running back, but he also took a lot of the time too. Who were the wide receivers during Tony? My only thing is this is why I mentioned that if Tony Gonzalez played his entire career in Kansas, he would have been better than Travis. I agree with you there, but and with longevity, I would agree with you, except he didn't play his entire career in Kansas City. That's my biggest argument there.
No, but I mean, they're close enough because Kelsey's got 13 seasons, Tony had 12. They're a season apart.
Well,
so
next season, so 2 seasons.
Well, there'll be 2 seasons. It's
assuming
2 seasons minimum.
On that one, we'll see. But
right, and assuming he doesn't get hurt like right away, and he plays the full season, which he pretty much has. He's been pretty. Which, to be fair, Kelsey's been pretty healthy his entire career. So let's hope that continues. I don't want anybody to get hurt, nothing like that. But I'm just in watching the two players play, for the time, Gonzalez was a freak of nature. Like, you didn't have tight ends that could catch and run like that, especially in the early 2000s.
True.
Like that was unique. Nobody played like that at the tight end position and could block as well as he could too. So I don't know. Maybe it's old man bias coming out, but I went with Tony Gonzalez.
Jumping into the kicker, I will say that I chose Harrison Butker, who I believe is head and shoulders above everyone else, making over 88% of his field goals and holds the record for the most field goals from the greater than 50-yard line. Leg strength and accuracy, I don't know what else you can ask for from a Chiefs kicker. I chose Harrison Butker.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much what I had. It's also weird that he's been as accurate as he has, but has never made a Pro Bowl or an All-Pro team.
Haterade. It's haterade.
Although, I was gonna say, like, I of all the things, kicker's got to be the hardest to make.
And honestly, that's actually why I discounted him entirely because of it. Because we had Jan Steinerd, and Nick Lowry, who both had multiple Pro Bowls and multiple first team All Pros, which as a kicker is pretty difficult to do. Jan Stenrud or whatever was 56 for 61 from 50 yards. That's over 90% from 60 yards, or from 50 yards. That's damn good. Over 90% is stellar. He had lower, just regular from the field percentage. I think it was in the 60s. But I gave it to Jan because of that 90% from 50.
You're looking at the wrong numbers. He was 12 for 56 from 50 plus. You were looking at field goals made for 40 to 49. He attempted 56 field goals from 50 and made 12.
Well,
but I will say, I mean, it is fair though, because again, he was also on, the AFL teams that won the championships and the NFL Super Bowl team.
Yep.
And did make multiple All Pros and Pro Bowls. So you also have a point there too. I mean, his career lasted forever, but he just didn't play every year in Kansas City.
Yeah.
Like, he played until he was 43. So he played for 19 years in the NFL.
Yeah.
So
he played for half the 60s, all the 70s, all the and half the 80s. Wow.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's
and he played from 67 to 79 is how long he played in Kansas City. He was there for 13 seasons.
Oh.
So, I mean, and he got 2 All Pros and 5 Pro Bowls. I mean, that's pretty good. So I also looked at Ryan Suckup, but just not there.
Yeah. Which is how I felt about Ryan Suckup while he was playing.
Yeah, it's also fair. It's how a lot of people felt. That's why he kept jumping around teams.
Yeah.
So,
but that's it for the Kansas City Chiefs. Tell us what you think. Who do you agree with? Who did you think was a complete moron? Tell us down in the comments, and tune in next week when we examine the LA Chargers.
Ooh, this would be kind of fun. All right. Well, Pete, do you have anything for us on the wrestling side for the final thoughts?
Well, as my buddy Washino Kamen explained earlier, we got All In coming up. Lots of good wrestling to watch there. The C3 tournament has been pretty decent. It's going to be culminating. We got 2 World Championship matches. Definitely worth watching wrestling right about now. It's good times, but that'll be it for me.
Supposedly it's streaming on HBO Max, but I'm pretty sure you'll have to pay for it.
Yeah, likely.
So, because they're not cool like that.
No.
Go ahead, Tom. Sorry.
Our thoughts and prayers go out to the friends and family of country music legend Dolly Parton, whose career spanned over 60 years. Dolly Parton passed away at the age of 80 today.
Oh, she was only 80. She felt like she was so much older. Not gonna lie, like, because she was around forever. You heard about her your entire life, so like I just assumed she was like more like closer to her 90s.
Well,
but
she started her career when she was 13.
Wow.
Some of those older ones, man, they'd start young, and the fact that she could stick around for this long is fantastic.
Congratulations to Caitlin Clark for becoming the first woman in WNBA history to achieve 45 points and 10 assists in a single game, an achievement held by many men in the NBA, including Michael Jordan, but no women in the WNBA. Caitlin Clark's this achievement marks her 5th game at 30-plus points and 10 assists. To put that into context, the rest of the WNBA combined has only done it 4 times.
Jesus.
Not bad for the 11th best guard in the league as voted by the players. Fuck you.
You know what's funny though? She still doesn't lead her team in points per game though. So how are you going to score that much and not lead your team in points per game?
She shares the wealth. And speaking of Caitlin Clark, I want to give a second shout out for her generosity. Caitlin Clark surprised her teammates with a brand new pair of Nike Caitlin Ones. The Nike Caitlin Ones are scheduled to be released to the public on October 1st, but the Indiana Fever got them early. Congratulations to Ryan Blaney for winning the Dollar Tree 301 in New Hampshire. This being Blaney's 3rd checker of the year has flung Blaney into 2nd spot of the points race. This weekend at Daytona will be the Coke 0400 and the last race of the NASCAR before the NASCAR chase, which is basically the NASCAR's playoffs. Yeah, and that's it for me.
All right. You ever notice that Caitlin Clark's stats are just kind of meh?
As she just broke a record.
Right,
yeah. I mean, you had one. Yeah, again, one. But like when you look at the rest of the stats on the season, she doesn't shoot very well, to be honest. You have a 3-point specialist that can barely shoot above 35% from 3. That's not good.
Yeah, her previous seasons from 3 have been better.
No, they weren't. This was her best year.
No, one year she was like 42 from 3.
She has never shot above 35% until this season.
Oh, interesting. Okay, I guess I'm wrong.
According to ESPN. Last year, 2 years, her rookie year, she was at 34. Last year, she was at 28. And this year, she's at 36.8.
Well, all right then.
So I think something was up because she didn't play a lot last year. She was hurt a lot last year, wasn't she?
Yeah, she kept getting the shit kicked out of her.
Yeah. So yeah, her final 3-point percentage last year was 27.9 for the year. So, but moving on, Lando to the F1 series of the grid in racing. We go from NASCAR to Formula One. Lando Norris has won the Dutch Grand Prix this last weekend, making his 2nd week in a row in F1's final comeback from their summer break. To make things even less attractive for the race, unfortunately, Lando won the match. We've been talking about wrestling too much in this episode. Lando won the race by over 11 and a half seconds from 2nd place.
Wow.
Holy cow.
That's crazy.
That's an eternity.
He had 11 and a half second lead from 2nd place, a 15.9 second lead to 3rd place, and then a 16.7 lead to 4th. Wow. He dominated the field from at the end of the race, and has now moved out and is now in 4th position in the Formula One standings, with Kimi Antonelli still claiming 1st place, coming in 2nd, although a very distant 2nd place. So, but that is going to be it for today, folks. Thanks so much for tuning in. Be sure to like and subscribe so you never miss an episode on the Geeks and Greeks podcast. You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and Amazon. You can also find us on our social media pages at Instagram and Facebook at Geeks and Greeks. And until next time, may the coin toss of life ever be in your favor. Later, guys.
See ya.
Peace.